Hi guys, today I want to talk about why I think mass media is a social problem. First of all, mass media holds a lot of influence. It has the potential to affect many people in this world. There's also an education aspect to it where it can be good or bad for the student. There's mass media produces viewpoints on men and women, which can cause gender inequality, and there's also the news aspect of the mass media in the bias that it holds and how people receive it. In the influence part, what viewers see is what they tend to believe. There's a thing called identity, which is what kind of person I want to be, and that's something that the mass media affects in a person's life. Then, American adolescents average 6.5 hours engaging in a form of media. This is also in part of how they form their opinion of who they want to be. The ability to search through an endless space of information is enough to prove that media can be beneficial for society. There is an immense amount of educatory information that is available for both youth and adults, according to an article written on Society. 92% of teens ages 13 through 17 report using social media daily, according to Lenhart. With 93% of marketers using social media for business, the youth is now has a major advantage in how to prosper. So, taking businesses online is the new form of doing business, and the youth is who's going to benefit from that. And this is according to Cooper in 2013. In the education part, according to our social networking sites Good for Our Society, 2/3 of teachers believe that social media does more to distract students than to help them academically. The average human attention span has dropped to 8 seconds now, meaning a distraction could postpone schoolwork, according to Watson. Some of the good parts of the education in the mass media is that high school programs have been created in order to educate students on the effects that media can have on them, as well as how to best handle their time using the media. Studies have shown that parents play a pivotal role on social learning. If a parent is a laissez-faire parent when it comes to social media, that child is going to learn how to use social media and how to explore it by doing whatever they want to do. If the parent sets an example and sets rules on how to use social media, then the child is going to have a basis on how to search, how to do appropriate research, stuff like that. Some of the viewpoints that mass media produces are that women are viewed as victims in the news. Minority women are scarce in the media. And men are the head of the house, and the woman depends on him. This isn't always true. And then also, men are supposed to be powerful and show dominance, otherwise they're not true men, and this is according to Gender in the Media. In the news aspect, social media makes receiving news easier. 33% of Americans state they prefer to read, hear, and learn about the news throughout the day, opposed to in the mornings or evenings, and this is coming from an article on how Americans get their news. What this means is, through social media, you can get alerts instantly that tell you what's going on right now. This also makes accessibility to news rise around the world. Bias in the news is that news channels try to attract people by letting them hear what they want to hear. And a great example of side taking in major news channels is Fox News and MSNBC. These major chains choose to express facts and thoughts that are one-sided and directly oppose each other's views. Some of the solutions to mass media as a social problem are scarce and they're hard to enact. Some of them can be understanding what the problem is, and another one can be introducing God into the media. Understanding what the problem is one of the harder ways to reform media, because you have to set a plan in motion, and that plan has to be It has to be performed by a vast majority of the people that want to make a change. Media is such a profitable industry that it would be hard to make significant changes immediately. And it's not worth it in the eyes of the major holders, because they don't feel that there is a problem with mass media. Introducing God into the media, I think, is very important, because it sets morals and values that America's straying away from. And a perfect example of that is there's an excerpt from the book The Furrow, and it says, a little girl tells her mother that God doesn't exist. The mother, horrified at her small child's comment, asks how she came up with that. The small girl replied, because God is not in the telly. This has been going on since 1976, which is when this book was written. And little by little, religion is not becoming important anymore. And with the freedom of religion in America, sometimes talking about God or Allah or any of those forms of worship can be insulting to some people, and people just decide not to use them anymore. So there is no real solution to social media, but only time can tell. And I think that we do need to start reforming it, even if it's little by little, because social media has a very big impact on America and throughout the world, and I think it's very important. Thank you.